Hello, everyone. So, everything external is a reflection of what we hold within ourselves. Why? Why is it this way? Well, think about this video. This video is simply a physical crystallization of a consciousness. It started with it was actually already made in the internal worlds, but now it's actually taking form so that it can enter the physical world. So, so this is very important. Everything that is around you is showing you this lesson that everything externally is a reflection of what happens within. So this means that if you find yourself living with roommates or with friends and you're saying like, I judge these people. I feel like these people are so envious. I feel like these people are just, they have so many anger issues. They don't work on themselves. They're messy. They're rude. Okay. Well, if we realize that it's a mirror, everything external is a mirror, everything external is showing us exactly what we hold within ourselves, then the fact of the matter is, this is this is simply what you hold within yourself. So when we hear people talk about, oh, I can't meet anyone for me in that city. It's just the people are too stuck up. The people are too rude. Okay. Well, is this because of the people? When we constantly realize that everything external is a reflection of what we hold within ourselves, then it helps us to be really honest that everything we're actually saying about others is really what we're saying about ourselves. And this means that if we feel some sort of lack within ourselves, then we will attract lack. So the beautiful thing is that we don't need to feel lack. We are allowed to actually have what we want, because the illusion, I'm going to talk about the three poisons here. The illusion, these are the three things that get in our way, okay? There's an illusion that we don't already have everything. There's an illusion that we need to chase externally. So think about anything where you really chase that pleasure, maybe being with your dog, and it's just like so peaceful to be with your dog, and it's just full of love. Or maybe you're sitting at your desk and you have your notebook out, cup of tea, and you're hearing the rain in the background, and it's just so calming, and you're just like, wow, this is amazing. So all of this is wonderful, and these are actually simply colors of the same thread of divinity, of the same thread of white light. And so instead of chasing all of these external manifestations of it, the effects, this is all simply an outward manifestation of what the white light is. So what we want to do is, instead of chasing these limited little colors of the rainbow, let's chase the white light. Let's identify with the white light. And now, of course, we can say this, but in a way where we kind of need to earn it, because our soul comes into this world with just a spark of the light, and it's as we feel like we want to chase outwardly that we can actually redirect that energy towards the white light. So, for example, we're basically coming into this world. There's this huge light, infinite, that's shining, and there's this boulder just standing in front of it. So there's only a little bit of the light actually peeking through. And what our soul's purpose has come here to do is to say, okay, there's this infinite light that I want to reveal, and there's this large boulder that is clearly, it seems to be an obstacle. It seems to be blocking this white light. So it's actually in all of our tests and challenges in this, what we call physical gym of life, in the teachings, that we get to have the opportunity to reveal that light and earn it. Um, this is the pattern that we see throughout life. It's flowers blooming. This is for us in this kingdom, in the human realm. This is our soul's purpose. It's not whether you're an accountant, whether you're a teacher, or whatever it is. That's fine. That's good. It's wonderful. But what matters first and foremost is not. This is all simply a manifestation of what is internal. So the internal work is what matters. So let's talk about how to do this internal work. The first thing is to realize that there is the white light of perfection, and we've connected to it. We've connected to it, whether we've been in like creative hobbies, in meditation, just going on a walk, or just being with our dog. So as soon as we are ignorant that this exists, then what happens? We identify with the darkness. We identify with fear and with lack. And so what happens when we are identified with fear and lack? Well, we are ignorant of the white light, of the perfection, of the abundance that is already within ourselves, and instead we drop our vibration into feeling like we need something external. And when we identify with this vibration, it actually causes, as above, so below. Whatever we hold within will reflect externally. So if we feel this lack, then what actually happens? Chaos reflects externally. So if you're looking at your bank account and you're seeing physically with your eyes that, oh, it's telling me I don't have enough money, oh my gosh, the only thing that would cause you to actually not have money is to be identified with the belief that you don't already have it all. Because if you feel like you don't have enough, then that's what will reflect. But if you embody and feel like you have everything, no matter what you see with your, I'm not talking about what we're seeing with our physical eyes. No matter what you're seeing with your physical eyes, it's about embodying certainty that you already have everything internally, that you already have this within yourself. That is the only way. Yes, you will be tested. And yes, there might be like a little bit of time for it to actually crystallize, but this is how it actually can reflect. As long as we are identified with lack, that's what will manifest externally, as above, so below. So the first thing is ignorance. No matter how much we feel like we just have to be identified with fear or lack of any kind, as soon as we are identified, we are ignorant of the abundance. So the second thing is that as soon as we are ignorant, what happens? We are identified with fear and lack. We are in the reactive realm. Now we've exited the world of miracles and infinity, and we've entered the realm of finite pleasure, because now you feel like you're not enough. And now you have to kind of limit yourself to something that will resolve that in the short term. Because as soon as you feel and are identified that you don't have enough, then you have to seek some sort of instant gratification. So maybe somebody feels like low self-worth. They feel very insecure about themselves. Now, instead of really giving, instead of being and embodying their essence and their soul, they're identified that they don't have enough, and they're gonna look for ways to take. Maybe they'll dress a certain way to kind of like provoke certain reactions from people, no matter what other people they're around. Maybe they just want to seek comments and likes on Instagram. And a lot of people might think, hey, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with all that? Well, the problem is that with our soul's purpose, we want to reveal the light. And as soon as we are doing anything to feed the world of reactive instant gratification, then we are blocking that light further and further. And we can't actually even wrap our minds around the infinity of abundance. Because as soon as we are ignorant of the world of abundance, then sure, it'll feel good. What will happen? It'll feel good. You'll get a compliment. It'll feel good. But then some sort of chaos will manifest, because it's coming from a place of lack. And anything that you do from a place of lack, you're identifying with it. So you're going to reflect that externally. So this is the problem, is like we're so deluded by the instant gratification that we don't realize the long-term effects. Okay, so this is how, as soon as we feel like we are not enough and we have to chase some sort of outward gratification to resolve that, then what's happening is that we are attaching ourselves. We're attaching ourselves to a certain outcome from happening. Now, if I don't get the comment, or if I do get a comment and it's rude, then I'm sad. Then I'm identified with just being not enough, and However, if I do get it, if I do get the compliments and all the likes, then I'm happy. Then it's okay. Um, sure, it'll feel good for a moment, and then more light gets trapped in the end. So as soon as we are attached to an outcome, then what happens? There's fear. There's fear of not having that outcome. And there's fear that if you do actually achieve that outcome, if you do actually have those comments or whatever it is that you're attached to, now you have fear of losing it. So there's ignorance of the white light. There's attachment to all the delusions in the world of instant gratification, and there's aversion to losing whatever we are attached to. So how do we so let's talk about the antidotes to this situation. So the first thing is we have to do whatever we can do to constantly remember to embody the infinite world, the world of no attachment to outcomes, to gratification of any kind, to be so certain and attached to the world of abundance, to embody that we already have everything. We cannot even reflect the kind of circumstances in life and vibrations and people that we want in our life, in the work that we do, if we don't hold that within ourselves. There's no way for you to reflect positive relationships in your life if you are holding a very deep belief system about what you think about people. So we have to be on the vibration in order to reflect the vibration. So the first thing is certainty that we have everything, awareness that we have everything, awareness so that whatever is going on, whatever we're seeing with our physical eyes, we're not identified with it because we already realize, okay, it's fine, it's great. Whatever happens, happens because I have complete certainty that I already have everything. And this is very hard because you're going to get external stimuli of all sorts, rude comments, bills to pay. But this is physical. And we want to always embody the best causes. We want to embody the highest spiritual vibrations. So we can pray for certainty, we can embody certainty, we can live with certainty and remember ourself, remember the being, remember that we are infinite. We are not that. We are not fear. We are not the illusions of doubt and guilt, but we have that infinity within ourselves. The more we identify with the rock, with the boulder that's blocking the light, no matter how real it seems, you're simply making the rock bigger. But the more that we identify with the light, the more it can shine and disintegrate the rock. Okay? So awareness and certainty. We want to be like that infinite sky. All of these illusions, temptations, and inclinations to seek instant gratification, it's like clouds on a sky. It's all very limited. It limits you to just like a little spark of pleasure. But when you're the sky, you have infinity. Why have a spark of pleasure when you can have infinite? So this is something we can pray for, is like, hey, Creator, help me access infinity. I don't want to be limited. This is and we can talk about how to actually put this into practice. But in terms of the qualities that we want, we're talking about awareness and certainty. And then the last thing is I think it would also help for us to really have strength. These are sorts of qualities. We talked about the poisons. These are the antidotes. If you wanna eradicate ignorance, then you have to have awareness. You have to have certainty in truth, not the illusion. If you want to eradicate attachment, then you have to have strength to do so. You have to have the intention to be in the world of infinity, no matter how alluring or tempting it seems to enter the world of finite pain and pleasure. Then we have to have strength if we actually want to exit that world and be in the world of infinity. So these are the sorts of qualities that we want. This is what we want to embody so that we are not poisoning ourselves, poisoning humanity because as above, so below. Any of these poisons that we hold within ourselves, the ignorance, the attachment, the aversion, um, it reflects, and that's not only means, you know, um, more negativity spreading to other people, but it primarily, for you, it means that as whatever you're holding within yourself will reflect externally. So if you if you want that to change, then these are the things we need to watch out for. Um, and with strength, this is just a willingness to not have whatever it is actually happen. What if that person does not like you? What if you do say the wrong thing and this person actually decides to block you and never talk to you again? As soon as we can free ourselves from being attached to a particular outcome, we actually can create the vessel to attract whatever it is we want, because we're not chasing it. We're not doing it from a place of lack. So how willing are we to just not depend on a particular outcome? So, if we can pray for these qualities of willingness, willpower, strength, intention, certainty, awareness, if we can pray for this, then we can literally shift our vibration and transform our darkness into light. And I think that this might seem, to a lot of people like, how do you do this? But really, I don't think this is anything that we need to like try to think about or overcomplicate too much, because I'm praying right now. This is prayer. This is me having a narrative in my mind, and sharing. And so when you're worrying, when you're going throughout your day and you're thinking about a situation and you're just kind of focused on the solution instead of like the internal work, and you're identified with the problem, that's prayer, because you're worshiping the problem. You're making a problem bigger than it needs to be. You're putting energy into a thing. So we can pray in all sorts of ways, in the ways that what are we thinking? So you can sit and just talk to yourself, and talk to the light, and ask for these qualities. You can go on a walk and talk to yourself, talk to the light. You can just reframe your thoughts, be aware of your thoughts, and say, oh, I'm noticing lack here. This is something I want to transform into light. Whatever sort of prayer, maybe just go on a walk and talk to yourself and talk to the light. This is all we need to do. And I'm telling you, the qualities that will help, that will vibrationally shift any attachment to the poisons. So I hope that this is helpful. If you guys want to go more in depth on anything, let me know. Peace out.